All right, Holden. First, trailers. Killers of the Flower Moon. Of course, this is Martin Scorsese's new film. Early reviews are universal acclaim. It's got 96.
Who would have thought?
On Rotten Tomatoes.
Movie with good reviews.
91 on Metacritic. I'm more of a Metacritic guy myself. I don't know about you.
No. Rotten Tomatoes is for people that just like to blame Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Just for people who like to be angry.
9-minute standing ovation at Cannes, however you're supposed to say it. 9 minutes. That is so silly.
Yeah, no, I've always thought that with these movies, like whenever any longer than like a minute is just too long, right? And so like imagine like you hear about movies that get like I feel like Parasite was one of these movies that had like a 20-minute standing ovation. Like who does that? Like who just stands there screaming, like cheering?
Well, I could see you doing that, Holden, ironically.
Yeah, I could. But no, it's weird because like these film festivals, like I guess I don't know how Cannes works specifically, but my understanding for a lot of the other ones at least is that like the films are all like so close together. Like oftentimes people have to like run in between theaters to like get to them. So why are you wasting time like cheering for 10 minutes? It's so weird.
Well, 9 minutes, Holden.
Yeah.
They'll blow it out of proportion.
Okay, yeah.
Mr. Hyperbole over there. But like, is there an effective difference between 1 minute of standing ovation and 9 minutes? Because if you are just in isolation, you took each person in that audience and just placed them in front of Martin Scorsese in a small room, are they gonna watch and clap for 10 minutes or 9 minutes straight? No, they're not gonna do it. So I like to think it's either societal pressure or it's just everybody's playing the game where they want to clap last.
Well, yeah, that could be. No, it is. It's really just a Cannes thing, though. From what I like, you always hear about it at Cannes. So I don't know if maybe it's a hoity-toity high society thing. I don't know.
Oh, hoity-toity French thing.
Yeah.
Anywho, Holden, we should be excited about this movie because it's based on the book by David Grann, which I did read 3 years ago, and I did do like a little episode thing on this podcast, which is not very good. I don't recommend listening to that episode. It's way too fast-paced and informational.
I did not listen to it. So.
Yeah, well. But here's just a little background on this, Holden. This is based on this Osage tribe in Oklahoma in the 1920s or 30s is when the story takes place. But basically, the Osage, our tribe in Oklahoma, they were forced off their land. I think they were originally in Kansas. But good farmland, they were forced onto this basically rocky, rough terrain that was supposed to be bad, pretty barren for farmland. Turns out it's one of the largest oil fields in the United States. So they struck this huge oil supply. Everybody became super rich. It was the wealthiest community per capita in the world in the 1920s. There were like originally like 2,000-ish people in the tribe, and everybody who was part of the tribe when they discovered this received what was called a headright. Basically, like they each got a certain amount of land, regardless, but then the stuff beneath the land, the oil, was all shared evenly. So they got a headright to that oil. And basically a bunch of white people came and started marrying into the people who had head rights, and they could only be inherited. So they like manipulated all this stuff. So there's a bunch of conspiracy going on. It's a really interesting story, true story with a lot of twists and turns. Really, really cool. Essentially, yeah, I have here. It's a story of a bunch of white people conspiring to slowly steal the tribe's money through murder, lies, deception. There's so much going on in this book that it'll be interesting to see how Scorsese does it. Again, it's a really long movie, well over 3 hours. So, but yeah, the trailer. Holden, what were your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, it's not too long. It's a lot of disconnected shots that if you don't know the story like I do, or like I don't, then it doesn't really mean a lot, I guess. It looks great. I mean, I think visually I mentioned that it has great looking sets and costumes and everything. The production values pretty insane, but that's a Scorsese movie. It's not too surprising there.
$200 million budget.
Yeah, so that's what
shows,
that'll do for you. Obviously, good cast and everything. Leo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, Jesse Plemons. He wrote down the gas station guy from No Country for Old Men, which I didn't notice, but yeah, I guess he's there. Lily Gladstone, which... you wrote that down. I read that she was like about to quit acting before she got cast in this. Like she was like getting ready to like make a career change, and then Scorsese like called her up or something. So Cool.
Well, Scorsese, I'm considering quitting acting too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know if this is the thing for me. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's not a ton to say about it, at least for me. It looks very good, though.
You say Brendan Fraser yet?
No, I didn't. He is in it.
He's in it. I'm excited for that too. Yeah, I even reading the book 3 years ago and seeing the trailer, I was like, I can't remember all the details, which I'm excited about because I'm excited to see this when it comes out October 6th. It will have a limited release. October 20th, wide release. No news as when it will be appearing on Apple TV Plus. But this is going to be
worth seeing in the theater.
Yeah, this is going to be a Brokaw for me.
Yeah, I'll give it a Brokaw as well. I did see this really funny tweet. It said first look at Brendan Fraser in Killers of the Flower Moon, and it was it was the image of him sitting in the courtroom or whatever, but they photoshopped the image of him from The Whale on top of it, that one image that's used in all the promo for The Whale, because that's like a joke that's the only image they have for The Whale. So
all right, Holden,